We
So
got
the next workout is gonna be a oblique side bend, man. You see a lot of folks at the gym, they grab a weight, I'm saying, rock it
yeah.
to the side, man. It's pretty much that, right? But what I do is I try to, develop a mind muscle connection when I do this workout, man. So I got my weight here. I do this pretty heavy, man, because there's no point going light something like this, man. Your abs really pop when you use weights for abs, at least for me. So what I want to do is, man, the key for me in this workout is to take this elbow and to try to drive it towards my hip, and I try to hold it for maybe a half a second or so, and I'm really targeting the obliques and the side abdominal muscles here, not just like kind of bending to the side. I'm more going towards the grain of the muscle, and it's in this direction.
Got it.
You see that?
Yep.
Then I'm gonna switch sides, right? I'm gonna do 15 per side, and then I'm gonna switch sides. So the other workout, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see me here. Let me lower that here. Okay, it's a medicine ball, or you can take uh, plate or a dumbbell,
Uh-huh.
and you're pretty much gonna take this. It's not the medicine ball I'm gonna use. I normally use like a 25, and then you're gonna take this. You're gonna raise your feet off the ground, and
Right.
you're gonna contact the ground on each side, and each rotation, left to right, is one move, and you're gonna do 50.
Right. Got it.
So look, 1, 2.
Two.
All right. So the key
Got
is
it.
to try to keep your body straight as possible. Don't let your arms do the workout. I'm sorry, not straight. I'm sorry. Retract that. You want your body to do the rotation, not your arms. All right. So you want
Yeah,
to keep
yeah.
your body rigid, plus, but you're twisting your torso.
Got it.
Boom. All right.
Got it.
That's what targets the abs in the core. And remember
All
to
right,
keep your legs off the ground.
but
All right.
all right. So, do you think anybody should ever be canceled? Do you think anybody
Uh,
should ever be canceled?
cancel. Everybody should ever be canceled. You know what? In America, probably not. I'm gonna be an antagonist here, and I'm gonna say not, because this is freedom. We do have freedom of speech. We have freedom of expression, and if it hurts people's feelings, I mean, that's what makes us us, right? That's what makes this country us. You have freedom of expression. So, no, I mean, honestly, like, don't support it, right? And that's how you hurt people. You hurt people financially. Especially if someone has a platform like Dave Chappelle or somebody. If that's the case, you hurt them financially, man. Don't support them. It's as simple as that. They should be able to. People should be able to say what they want. Honestly, people do say what the hell they want. Let's be real, like they do. People say what they want in church. They say what they want in. I think the media pretty much controls a lot of that narrative, right? But they have their prerogative to do so because it's privately owned, right? The media is privately owned. It's not a government. It's not a government corporation or government control corporation, rather. I'm sorry. So,
Right.
yeah, people say what the fuck they want all the time. Do they get? I mean, what is the definition of cancel, though? I mean,
It's
that
what
I
you're
think that.
saying. That's the funny part. It's the definition of cancel is what you're saying. They want people to. They want them to not be able to put out content, so people can't support them, so they can't make a livelihood. They want to affect them financially. That's what cancel culture is
Okay.
about.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then, I mean, then as far as canceling them in their own right, then I mean, your community can cancel. But as far as that transcending into the media, whatever that them doing so and not allowing them that ability to express their opinion, that's another thing to say like, okay, now they're blackballed. Like, don't support it. That's what I'm saying. Don't
Right.
support it. Like, now you can't do it anywhere. Now no one wants to message you. Like, I mean, that's kind of crazy. But again, I mean,
Right.
that I don't know. That has everything to do with people following and to the most part. I mean, I know you're gonna bring up the black thing, like, okay, well, what if this dude is saying this again? I mean, if they still do it. They do it for years. It's just, you know, uh, what are we gonna do? What can you really do about it? This is America. This is what makes this country great. And
You could blast them. You could blast them and get them canceled. You could say you could make
right, or
it.
you
You could
use
you could
them.
ostracize them. You could ostracize them and say that they're wrong for saying this and they're wrong for thinking this, and anybody who supports them is on their side and they align with them. So you should be blackballed too. That's what they try. That's what cancel culture
And,
is, man.
and then on the other side is that you should be blackballed. You should be blackballed because you believe that. You know what I mean? Like it goes both ways.
Right.
Like you know what I mean? So like
That's what Dave Chappelle would say. He would say that you should be blackballed for trying to blackball me.
right. You know, and that's what I'm saying, man. So you kind of again, it's the Pandora's box for me. Again, you know, like who's right, who's wrong, who's right and who's wrong, right? Who determines that? Again, we've taken religion out of the out of the out of the out of the picture. We've taken all of these different, governing facilities out of our lives for free thought. Who makes the calls? Who say what's right and what's wrong anymore? And that's
That,
that's the real thing. So as far as cancel culture, and that, I mean, again, you just don't support it. Just don't support it, right? So again,
and
if
so
that's what cancel culture is,
this conversation actually has made me look at cancel culture differently, and it made me see something about it that I didn't see before. And what that is that cancel culture is looking to speak for you. They're looking to take your not the person, because when we talk about cancel culture, we're always looking at the celebrity, right? The person, the object of the cancel. No, the problem with cancel culture for me now is that they're trying to take away the freedom of choice from the people. They're trying to say that they're trying to say I shouldn't support Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle said something. And if I support Dave Chappelle, or if I support I'll go as far as to say Trump, right? If I support Trump, then it's something intrinsically wrong with me as a person. They're trying to take away my freedom of thought and my freedom to choose. So what I hear you saying is, if the person, instead of trying to cancel the person just don't fuck with them. Just don't patronize their business or don't patronize their show or whatever it is. The old-fashioned way.
That's why I love you. That's why I love you, right? See, my man's a scholar. He puts it eloquently. I'm just, I'm rambling off, this rough and tumble crap. But like, yeah, it's pretty much that. I mean, you're going against the grain of First Amendment anyway, where you cancel folks in the first place. I said that before, and I'm gonna say it again. Like, how? So again, you're free to say and do whatever you want, but then if it hurts your feelings, then get rid of him. No way he should be allowed on TV. It's the
Right.
same thing they said about you, a couple years back or 10, 20 years ago. So what are we
About who?
doing here? You again, remember when we talked about like now that you're on top, are you going to exercise the same privilege that they had on you? Are you going to do the same? And that's what I'm seeing. That's exactly what I'm seeing. Now that cat's got a voice and they're on top, it's going too far. Now you're doing the same thing that they did to you. So where does it stop?
Okay, I can see that. What about somebody like, okay, so you're saying, so okay, what about somebody who is a leader in the nation? Not, but because you and I both agree that entertainers and athletes, they get too much acclaim, right? They have too much prestige and too much power over the country. Like people treat them like they're the politicians or like they're the leader. They're just they're not, they didn't get in the game to be thought leaders. They got in the game because they have a talent and because they want to get paid. Most of them. All right. So what about an actual thought leader or a social leader, like a president, like Trump, or like a politician? Like, should these people be canceled based on what they think and what they believe or what they say?
All right, canceled. Should they be canceled? All right, so look, my opinion on what the president should do. Because honestly, I just don't think the president has much say in politics as everyone thinks they do. Right? I think the legislative branch pretty much runs government, and that's where everyone's getting their marching orders from. But that's besides the point. As far as the president, I think his job, with that being said, is to be kind of a uniting force and what brings this nation together. I mean, we're a melting pot of so many different ideas and so many different ideologies and religions, races, creeds, whatever have you, right? And I think it's the president's job to bring that all together to make America, as great as it has been, right? Or all right, uh, in comparison to other nations that are not as diverse. You understand what I'm saying? Or maybe that
Yeah.
are trying to be as diverse as we are, right? So I think so with that being said, it is his job to kind of not be biased when it comes to those issues. You understand what I'm saying? And not really put his personal bias out there in the street for us to to kind of mull over and fight against each other, So that's where I see, the flaw in the last president. I think he failed at that. Like I said, he put his bias out there, especially with the Kaepernick thing, and that wasn't his job, bro. His job wasn't to go out there and to talk about what he felt about Kaepernick and his movement and whatever happened. His job was to kind of bring us together to find to actually find out what that was about and to kind of work together to see, to show some empathy and say, hey, look, man, what is this? What's going on? Like, again, this is not for this is not for no reason. This is not just black guys being spoiled or whatever have you. What's really going on? And the thing is, I think his work divided us even further. And he definitely chose a side. That's not your job. You're not supposed to choose a side. You're supposed to find solutions to our social issues. Honestly, as a president, I mean, it's your only real job, man. Real talk. Like, honestly, you're the scapegoat. You're a scapegoat for all that goes wrong in a 4-year tenure, right? But as far as the social, I mean, that's the least you can do is to try to unite us and bring us together to have that face up there to say, okay, this is how other countries see us, open-minded, You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I can't really express myself as well as I want to about it, but I think you get the gist of it. But yeah, that's how I view that.
Okay. All right. So, do you think Dave Chappelle is transphobic?
Do I think he's transphobic? No.
Yeah, I can't see your face. Back up a little bit. Nah, it didn't come across as transphobic to me. I think Dave Chappelle's just like, anybody can get it. Anybody can get it.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought about it, man. I am a Dave Chappelle fan. All right, like I'm a Dave Chappelle fan. I have been for a long time. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the Chappelle show. It wasn't necessarily, and I binge watched it one summer or something. But I mean, I like Charlie Murphy. He had parts of that show that I thought were dope. But overall, I think Dave Chappelle's stand-up is insightful and smart and funny and shocking, and I like that, right? But with that being said, damn, I forgot my train of thought. I'm gonna have to pause that. It's like my brain fell asleep. Oh shit! All I'm thinking about is my abs, bro.
I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing that's under honest. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing that's under